Hey there, it's David H. Lawrence the 17th, and I actually just got finished doing a Zoom session with one of my clients. And I immediately wanted to make this video because what became really apparent to me in this session wasn't any lack of talent on his part. He was trying to do better at auditions. He was trying to do better at performance in general. We were talking about it. And it wasn't like I could say to him, yeah, you need to pronounce words better, or you need to give me more storytelling effort, or whatever. It boiled down to one very important and very counterintuitive thing. And that was he didn't believe that simply being himself, his true, authentic self, rather than the radio guy with the radio voice, with the larger than life persona that everybody would pay him for to be on the radio and to go to, live gigs and things like that. He didn't think the just being him was enough for someone to pay him. It was really clear to me. He didn't have the words for it. He didn't actually say it in this way, but it was really clear to me that there was this thing holding him back, that the idea that as a human being, being able to talk to somebody, say, at a brunch or at a bar or at a party or just over the dinner table, on the telephone, that doing these things just as himself, which I pointed out he does all the time. I mean, most radio people don't walk into a bar and immediately go into performance on air mode when they're talking with friends. Friends will go, "Oh, dude, you're not on the air. Chill, okay?" That wouldn't happen. It really wouldn't happen. There are some people who have adopted a very similar speaking style to what they've developed on the air as normal everyday speech. But when they get angry or when they get curious or when they get anything other than advertising based, I'm going to tell you about this, and they're like, really? When they start to ask questions, all of a sudden they become more of their natural self, what they grew up learning, what they learned in the environment that they were raised in and they went to school in and that they worked in. And that is the voice that I want you to base your voiceover work on. Sure, there's going to be opportunities for you to make character voices. There's going to be opportunities for you to make big announcery voices. Those opportunities are becoming fewer and fewer in nature in terms of the announcer, because people really want what I'm talking about in this video, and that is the natural, normal, connective tissue kind of voice that you have every single day. But it's hard sometimes to realize that that pure authenticity, that pure you being you, is truly the moneymaker that you'll use in voiceover. It's hard because it's like, why would anybody want to be interested in me? It's a combination of fear of failure, fear of success, the imposter syndrome, a lot of the things that we've talked about in these videos. And this notion that just me being me is enough for me to do like audiobooks and stuff. Yeah. It's really hard. I went through a session with another client who was really overdoing it in his email composition. Like, he would send out emails that were 9 pages long when really all he needed to do was ask a simple question or make a simple statement or respond to somebody simply. But he, like my client that I just finished with, thought, if I don't give more, if I'm not totally complete, if they don't see all the aspects of my personality as I'm writing to them or as I'm responding to them, well, then they won't know it's coming from me. It won't be enough. It won't be effective. And when we finally pared everything down that he was writing, from screenfuls down to literally a paragraph and a half, and separated it into 2 or 3 sentences, it made all the difference in the world. And he looked at it and he said, wow, and I've been doing, okay. It's hard because you have this blind spot that prevents you from seeing this about yourself. So I get why sometimes you can't see it. But even when you see it, sometimes we have this tendency to push back and reject the truth of it. Just being yourself is the cornerstone of your performance career. Just bringing you to the party and doing so in a way that is simple and truthful and honest. It's one of the hardest things for people to actually accept, that they are enough, that their true, authentic self is enough. And I ask you, is that something that you can accept? Wouldn't it make it a lot easier? Wouldn't it be so much simpler to just stand and deliver? I know it sounds like, who would pay me for that, right? Who would pay you to do that? But I'm telling you, that's the secret to every superstar. They're just simply themselves. Just themselves. Not some better version of themselves, not some superannuated, armor-plated version of themselves, just themselves. So my question for you is, can you accept that? Can you work with that? Can you think to yourself, okay, I don't need to be performer me. I just need to be me. I just need to be me. Tell me in the comments below. Is this something that frightens the death out of you? Is it something that you've discovered and that you're putting to use? Let me know how this lands with you, because I can't tell you how important this is. This is like super uber in the category of mindset. This is like super important. And it's the basis from which we pare down and really get to great storytelling, right? Without any sort of fake patina of big, huge, different, right? Just you. Tell me in the comments below. If you'd like to become a member of my YouTube channel and get notified when these videos come out, go ahead and click on my head there. If there's no head, look for a subscribe button somewhere on the page. If you want to see the latest video I've done, that frame will click on it and YouTube will play it for you. I'm David H. Lawrence, the 17th. I hope this helps. And I thank you for watching, and I'll talk to you tomorrow.